Hey everybody, Christian here with Android Unite, back again with another product review video, and this time we are taking a look at the KM18 FM transmitter. So essentially the story behind why I purchased this on Amazon, and I'm just going to guess right now at the price. It was roughly 22 bucks. I'll pop up an image of a screenshot of what the actual price is on Amazon at the moment. But I ended up purchasing it because I've got a vehicle that does not have Bluetooth capabilities, and so I wanted to be able to stream from my phone onto the speakers, the stereo speakers on my Acura TL, and so it only has CD and cassette. Believe it or not, it's a 2006, and so I wanted to be able to, send over some music, and this seemed to be the best option that I found on Amazon. It was listed, I think, as one of the Amazon Basics. Great price. Figured you couldn't go wrong, specifically because it's got the ability to I'm not even sure what you call this thing, but it's flexible, a flexible metal cord or whatever it's called that you attach. And so I was able to get it here within a day. I met their $35 Amazon Prime free next day shipping, and this is how it came. So nothing really to the packaging except for the fact that the product image is glossy, as you can see there. I'm bouncing the light off, and on the back it says warranty registration, gives you an email also in case you need to contact them, and it says we are dedicated to provide 100% satisfaction for customer service. And so let's get inside real quick and just give you an idea of what you're looking at here. There's absolutely nothing fancy. I've already opened this. It's already been playing in my car for the last couple of weeks, and I can the reason I'm doing the review is because I can highly recommend it. So you've got this new user guide here. Go ahead and read it if you'd like. You do get an aux cable. It's probably about only a foot long. I didn't even untangle it because I have no need for it. It does have an aux input on the side, but with Bluetooth, what really is a reason to introduce a cable to something that's meant to be wireless? And so I just recreated the package here. It is glossy black, and I did notice that there's 2 or 3 other versions online that you can get. I believe one is a silver and one is a gold. But man, I just absolutely love this. I've got a black interior in the car, and so this black on black is beautiful. It lights up. The buttons light up in blue. I'll show you here in a moment. In fact, the next shot you probably see is going to be with this plugged in. But you see, it's got this flexible cord here that allows you to bend it and position it however you need. I also my power connector inside the car is a little recessed, and so that's also partly why I needed this, not only to get it out of the way of the shifter, but also because it's recessed, and so I needed to be able to plug it in deep inside and then also switch it around at the same time. So something to note is that you do get a pass-through in case you want to charge your phone at the same time that you are listening to it via Bluetooth, and it's a 5-volt 2.1 amp pass-through connection there. And as far as the buttons, they keep it really simple, just a channel up and down, back and forward, and then a middle button here, which you use when you click in. If somebody's calling you and you want to answer the phone call, you click in, it'll show you who's calling you. And then you've got this knob here that you twist left and right. It's got a very good tactile feel to it. Doesn't feel cheap. It feels very responsive, and I've found it to be very responsive when changing the audio in it. Screen lights up blue, buttons light up blue. You'll see it here in a moment, but yeah, that's just a really quick walkthrough. I'll show you the product number on the back. Focus, there we go. Model KM18, input DC 12 volts to 24 volts. So made in China, very simple packaging. Highly recommended after using it for 2 weeks now. And all right, here we go to using it. All right, so we're back. I'm obviously sitting in the driver's seat of my car, and as you can see, I've got the FM transmitter installed, and the connector is actually recessed, like I mentioned earlier, back here behind the shifter. And so let me try to get a better angle. There you go. You can see it. So obviously if I had a cord, I could connect it here and charge my phone at the same time that I'm using the transmitter. But the reason I went with this specific model, because I don't know if I said the brand name Nulaxy, something like that. It's up there at the top here. They've got several versions, and so I went with this specific one because of the ability to bend the cord, and I knew that I would have to use it in my specific setup. So if you find another one that has a better deal for you and that applies better for you, because I know some people have some of these cigarette lighter plugs, you know, in different parts of your car. So depending on what your need is, there's several around the price range that I bought this one in. This one just happened to work best for me because I can still move it up, down, and you know, sometimes the shifter when I'm, you know, in reverse or something will slightly bump it, but I can always just correct that while I'm driving. And not that I have to use this thing much, but it's, you know, a pleasure to just be able to have it right here, right next to where I'm, you know, have my hand, and be able to turn up the volume or turn it down, accept a phone call. You won't have to switch the channels around very much once you find something that works for you. And, you know, skip and go back, obviously, is a feature that does work with most audio players on Android. So I use VLC, and these buttons do work when using VLC. I've also answered a phone call, and it works great with Android. So yeah, let's go ahead and turn it on and let you guys see. I will note, though, that the first thing you'll hear is it'll say Bluetooth. You know, a man will come on, robotic man voice will come on and say Bluetooth pairing or Bluetooth connecting, and then you'll hear, because my phone is sitting right here in my lap, that it'll say connected. And so because I've already, you know, gone through the setup process, it's extremely easy. You just open up your Bluetooth menu and select the Bluetooth FM transmitter. I don't think it even has a password, and if it does, it's 12345 or something like that. Anyway, so turning on the key to the accessories, it'll tell you the volts.
Waiting for pairing.
Said waiting for pairing. Paired. So it only takes a few seconds. Sorry, I've got a personal text message. Let me just clear that out real quick. Alright, so I'm going to go to my audio player and show you that under the Bluetooth menu KM18 connected for call and media audio. That's definitely what you want to see. And then I go over to VLC. I'm just going to click play. So it syncs after that split second of skipping. So you can turn the volume down through here, or you can do it through here. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so it'll take about a second. It skips, and that's just it syncing with the transmitter, I believe, because then you don't hear any of that delay or any skipping after that point. But so I like to max it out and then take one off. Maxes out at 30, then I leave it at 29. And I find that works best. You turn it up all the way on the phone, and then you turn it up all the way on the FM transmitter, but then back off one, and that gives you the best audio quality, in my opinion. But I wish I could say that I didn't have to mess around with the settings in order for it to come out great in the car. I did notice that it came out very flat, and I tried one other audio player. I can't remember what it was, but the sound is just so flat and so dead, so devoid of any depth. So I had to actually go into the settings here inside of VLC and set up my own profile. And so I'll skip through this real quick, or I'll show you, I'll slide through it, what my settings are at that I personally prefer. That'll give me the best depth in audio for my car. Because I noticed that while playing CDs, the audio in my car sounded great. It's got a Bose audio system. You know, it's awesome. But then I installed this FM transmitter and tried running audio through my phone, and it was just so flat and lacking depth. And And so I ended up messing with that profile, and now it works absolutely great. So if you want to rewind it back and see what my settings were at, definitely do that. That's what worked best for me in my car. But you definitely have to be willing to at least set up a profile for your specific vehicle, using whatever your media player of choice is. This is the screen. Now, if it were dark out, you would see the backlight being blue, but because it's still daylight, you can't really see it. It's definitely readable, but you can't really see the lights behind the buttons, and I wish you could see that. There's a ring. This ring is lit up blue, and so is the icon in the center, and behind every button you can see a blue little hue, maybe, on camera. But it's great. It's not distracting while you're driving, and it shows you everything you need to know, including the station that you're on, your audio. Volume is, like I said, this is such a pleasure to use this button. It doesn't feel cheap whatsoever. It's very responsive. And what else can I say? So let me show you that skipping songs does actually work. So it's playing right now, and I'm just going to click it. That does nothing, but I did try double pressing it one time, and it automatically started calling the last person I was on the phone with, so definitely look out for that. I wish that it would play and pause if you hit it just once, but it doesn't. And I don't want to play too much music because it is copywritten, and I don't want them to flag my video, and so I won't bore you with my music choices. But just know that this product, the KM18, has been just absolutely awesome to use. If you've got an older vehicle like I do, this is a 2006 Acura TL, and it's got a cassette deck, a cassette player, and CD, which CDs are great, but I just don't want to be burning CDs every time I want to listen to something new. And so this is a great way to bring your phone into, the more modern audio streaming era that we're in. And I believe that it works great with Spotify as well. I don't have a Spotify account, and I don't really feel like pulling up, a brand new free account right now, but I'm assuming it'll work great as long as you set up perfect profiles for your specific vehicle. I think you'll love this product. So again, I'll put the link down below as to where you can find it, what the updated pricing is on it, but it's very affordable, and I've had it for 2 weeks and I absolutely love it. So definitely check it out. Make sure and like and subscribe for more videos like this, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.